Hello, Spongebob here for more Garrys Mod Maps. So up first we have Quidditch Pitch, based on Harry Potter. What else? Here we're playing as, what's her name? Marin from Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Is it Malin or Marin? I can't remember. Here we got a Froggy player model from Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh my god, this is hilarious. Froggy! Okay, so very small arena. Otherwise, yep, it's definitely a Quidditch arena or whatever. Yeah, I can definitely see people making their own sporting events using this, like when playing multiplayer or something. But okay, let's see. Otherwise, yeah, that Froggy player model is hilarious. Up next is the stage of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So this will probably be another really small stage, but. Okay, and we're playing as Mario. And it's in Spanish. Man, this is kind of a disappointing stage. Very low poly. They didn't properly make the stages, or the seatings, I mean. Okay, up next is a pretty demented level called Ragdoll Slaughter V3. So this is basically just like a giant torture chamber. And so you can just put all these ragdolls and just torture them, basically, is what it is. And if you're that devious, you can even spawn player models into them. But so like here we have a guillotine, so... Oh, Banjo! I mean, this is even a messier level if you have, like, what's called the Gore mod activated, but I wouldn't recommend using that because it really causes the game to act up, but... Let's see, what does this one do? That's another guillotine. Some little torture mill. So delightfully devilish. And he froze. Oh, and it's not over yet. Man, this level's even crazier than I remember. Oh, we're not done yet, boy. Here, you step over here too, Dr. Kleiner. Isn't that your name, Dr. Kleiner? I can't remember. Well, he's dead. Oh, God. This will not end well. Whoa. Whoops. That sucked me in. Oh, this one's gonna be fun. Ah. It's a grinder. Yikes. Well, have fun, Banjo. And he's stuck. Wonder what this does. Oh! See, another grinder. Oh. Oh, saw blades. Oh. Oh no, I broke it. Oh, a cannon that you can actually load things into. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Why won't he fit through? Let's see, will this fit through? Yeah, that will. Banjo won't. Bummer. There we go. Let's try the catapult. Bombs away. Where'd he go? Just dropped. I'm guessing this is a blender. Alright, what's this, a laser? Guessing this is an oven. Oh, no, spike pit. Okay. Yikes. Let's see. I'm guessing this will summon a train or, no, a bulldozer with spikes. Yeah, overall, like, this is a lengthy level, but, fun, but pretty morbid. Rainbow Road, Mario Kart 64. Yeah, I love this level, but I was honestly kind of disappointed with how Mario Kart 8 remade it. I honestly didn't care for it, both visually and music-wise. It just kind of lost the charm that the N64 version had. And overall, I really liked Mario Kart 8. I thought most of its remade levels were amazing. I just didn't care for Rainbow Roads. So now we're playing as Marnie from Pokemon. I think she is from Sword and Shield. Such a forgettable game. So let's see. Let's summon a vehicle. Oh. What happened to her head? Jesus. God, I hate the controls for driving in this game. Oh, why is it... I'm trying to turn left and it keeps swerving to the right. Oh, man. Wow. Whoa, what the hell? That was weird. Drive so much better than those shitty Mario Kart vehicles. Wow! Just when I was giving it a compliment. Okay, so overall, yeah, this is a decent level. Unfortunately, the driving controls in this game suck, so... Ooh, up next is Fairy Glade from Rayman 2, the second level in that game. And I remember playing this for a little bit back then. Yeah, from what I recall, it was a pretty cool level. So here we're playing as Master Chief from Halo. Interestingly enough, they also have the lums, and you collect them, they even make the sound effects. And they even have the underwater sections. God, this level's amazing, honestly. Let's go how they're able to get so many of the animations and even sound effects from the levels into this. I mean, sure, not all of them work, but you can't activate the switches, you can't break open the cages, but still, really cool attention to detail in this level. Why is the jumping suck in this game? And that's about as far as it'll go, unfortunately. But, otherwise, yeah, this is a really nice level. Up next is a level called Resort. So it doesn't really have a thumbnail, so it doesn't give me a good idea of what this level's going to be, aside from a resort. Possibly. Here we're playing as Mayor Pauline from Super Mario Odyssey. Wow, this one has like some really weird hair physics. What is with that? Yeah, just as I suspected, it's a resort. A nice looking one, I'll admit. So this would definitely make for a great level for model posing. If you want to just take pictures of characters having a vacation, this would be the place. Ooh, this is a fancy resort. Yeah, this level's bigger than I was expecting. So many rooms. Okay, and that was Resort, and yeah, pretty level, pretty big too. Up next is Rock Bottom from Spongebob. So it looks like it was made using assets from Battle for Bikini Bottom. So as far as I know, this might not be a very big level. It might just be a recreation of the bus stop area. But here we're playing as Megalopony from Pokemon. So let's see, we got the bus stop. This level's dark. Got the bus. Candy machine. Darn, they should have had a joke where every time you go across the street, a bus like drives by. That would have been funny, but the bus station, the bathrooms. Even the music from the episode's playing. I am first in line and no one is going to tell me otherwise. Let's see. What happens if you try going up? Ugh. Advanced darkness. Ah, the light, it burns. Okay, Rock Bottom. Small but decent level. Up next is a level called Small Building Bar. So I'm guessing it'll be just as it says, a small bar. Good for if you want to make pictures of characters getting drunk, I guess. Here we're playing as Mephiles from Sonic 06. Small bar? This is honestly a pretty big level. It's probably just an exterior, not much to explore, but otherwise the bar is not as small as I was thinking. There's like many rooms and... That was weird. Pretty waterfall. Oh, that was weird. Just opened on its own. I'll try going in there later. I want to see what's upstairs first. I have yet to see a bar. I see the building, but where's the bar? Where's the bar? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering bar. Let's see, is this the outdoor roof or something, I guess? And here's the bar. Huh, for a small bar, this doesn't look too bad, honestly. Building-wise. The bar itself is small, but everything else isn't. Let's see, I think that's it then. Yeah, small but decent level. This would be good for posing, for if you want to, either make an animation or make pictures of characters just having a crazy night, then yeah, this is the place to go. Up next is a level called Super Mario Bros. 1. So yeah, you'll see plenty of levels like this throughout the game, like where people try using textures from the old Mario games and make 3D levels out of them. Let's see how this one turns out. Okay, and we're playing as Mewtwo. Okay, you can barely fit through the door. Oh cool, you even got Goombas. And you can't kill them. Can they hurt you? Holy shit, they automatically kill you. Okay, now we're playing as Mickey Mouse. Oh boy, haha! This would definitely make for a crazy deathmatch level. The fact that, like, there are enemies that you can accidentally bump into that can kill you. Oh, that is awesome. I was not expecting that. Let's see, you got a warp pipe. Can you go in it? Nope. Got mushrooms. I don't think I've ever been to this level. I've been to plenty of, like, these Mario clone levels. And never have I been this one. And so... yeah, it's definitely basic looking because it's just taking old textures from Mario Bros. And applying them to blocky shapes. But it's effective, though, and yeah, I like this one. It's not bad. I can imagine this would be very chaotic, especially if a player fell down here and then people from a... oh, I didn't think I would kill you, but I get it, though. It's like in Mario Bros. 1, when you fall off a cliff, you jump in the air and die. So, yeah, I think that's funny, actually. Here, I was thinking players just would have been trapped down there, and so, like, if people above would be able to then aim downward and gun you down, that also would have been kind of funny. Brutal, but funny. But, so, yeah, this is a decent level. I like it. Up next is another Mario Kart level, Rainbow Road, Super Nintendo version. The boring version, in my opinion. Do not care for this Rainbow Road. We were playing as Tails. I think this is his Sonic Unleashed model. Tails' vehicle. This is tough because the vehicle's so big and the level's so narrow. Whoa! Okay. So, yep, it's Rainbow Road from Mario Kart. Not much else to it. Oh no, another Super Nintendo course. Ghost Valley. almost like the same level, just a different texture. It's just a tricky floating set of panels in space. Whoop-de-doo. Wee-hee. So, man, I'm sorry, but the old Mario Kart games have aged terribly. There's so many better Mario Kart games out there nowadays, so. Up next is Snowstruck, so it's a reskin of the level Construct, but with a winter theme. We already saw one like this in a previous video, except it was called Chrisstruct, and it was Christmas themed, but if I recall, it really didn't have snow or anything. Not very noticeable, at least. It was a pretty lazy re-edit, to be honest. Just, they added a Christmas tree and a few colored lights here and there. Otherwise, it's like they could have done more to redecorate it. Here we're playing as Millie from Hell of a Boss. So yeah, not much. It's pretty much the same level, but let's see. Will the water be frozen? Cool. I was hoping for that. So yeah, this would be a great level for if you want to make like characters go ice skating or something. Even has icy physics. Cool. Alright, so yeah, no reason to do a full exploration of this level. We already know what the level Construct is like, so this is just a winter themed version of it. So yeah, like nothing amazing, but yep, it's a snow-covered Construct, so yeah, not bad for if you want to do winter theme, like if you want to do a comic where 1 minute it takes place in the regular, then you want to give a passage of time. That's where this would come in handy. So up next is a level called GM Sonic, and if I recall, this is a really old map, basically just a fan recreation of many different Sonic levels mixed into one. So you got like one part it's like Green Hill Zone, one part that's Marble Zone, and from what I remember, it was a really fun level, but I remember this level has a lot of issues with certain models. Like, something about the lighting they use in this level, it doesn't work with, like, characters that have reflective surfaces or anything, and causes their textures to load incorrectly. And so I remember this is one of those levels that has that kind of issue. There are plenty of Garry's Mod levels that just aren't compatible with that kind of reflective surface. So here we're playing as a character called Mizaki from the Dead or Alive series. I'm not sure what game she's from exactly, but either she's from Dead or Alive 6, or maybe she's from one of the Extreme games. I have no idea, but so here we're in what appears to be a Marble Zone. Got like a few obstacles. Yeah, originally this was like the go-to level for if you wanted to do like a posing with Sonic characters. This was the level to go to. I like how Marble Zone is also, it feels like an Eggman lair also. It feels like they kind of crossed the two. Whoa, what the? Collapsible floor. Wow. That surprised me. Okay, another version of Mizaki. Is there anywhere for the Green Hill area? Let's see. Cool. I don't think the rings were there in the original version. This must be a modified version, or an updated version, but I don't remember the collapsible surfaces either, but let's see, is there anything else this level? Or yeah, I feel like I've seen everything. Honestly, there's less Green Hill Zone here than I remember. It's mostly the Marble Zone, but otherwise, yeah, this is a cool level. I really do like it. Up next is South Park, and I don't think I need to explain what that's from. So, if I recall, this is a pretty interesting level. It's a really cartoony level, though. It has, like, no shaders activated. So this is good for those who want to make, like, really cartoony-looking comics. Here we're playing as Misty from Pokemon. I'm not sure if you can go in all of them, but I know you can go inside some of the houses, but not that one, apparently, but yeah, I remember back then I didn't even watch South Park, but even then I still loved this level just for its simplicity. Because every other level looked like it was trying to look more realistic, and so this is the only one that stood out. It has like barely any textures, and just like the show itself. Although it does kind of have like that paper construct look to it, like in the earlier seasons had, so as far as I know, this is like entirely a custom level. I'm not sure if it was actually ripped from any of the games, because I never played any of the South Park games, and I know there weren't a whole lot that were in 3D, but from what I heard, people said they did not age well. But I know like there's the N64 one that was like a first-person, I want to say shooter, but it's more of a snowball thrower, and I heard that was actually pretty bad. Kids who grew up with it loved it, though, but over the years, people look back at it and say, yikes, this is terrible. But I know the creators of the game weren't happy with it. They were more happier with the RPGs they made for, like, Xbox 360, PS3, and current consoles. But so far, only 2 houses were available. Yeah, okay, make that 3. You know, this is something I could totally see Misty from the Pokemon world doing. Breaking into someone's house with a crowbar in her hand. So you got flat-looking trees. Okay, so obviously it's just the neighborhood. You don't get, like, any of the actual locations from the show, like any of the stores or other settings. But otherwise, yeah, it's a decent level. It still holds up. Sunset Beach. This sounds like a pretty level. And here we're playing as Mumji from Ninja Gaiden or Dead or Alive. And so I think that the scenery looks great, but the beach itself looks way too low poly. But yeah, that sunset looks gorgeous though. And let's see, there's a house in the distance. And I think that's it. Some destructible stuff. Cool. Okay. Up next is a level called Super Mario World. Once again, it's another one of those levels where they take the sprites from Super Mario World and they recreate it to make a 3D level. I think I have played on this one before. This is a really old Garry's Mod level. Let's see if it holds up. Here we're playing as the moon from Majora's Mask. Oh my god. Why did someone make this into a player model? Can't even see where I'm going. Yeah, the textures look nice though, but I chose the wrong player model. Here, I'm gonna have to change characters. Okay, so now we're Mrs. Puff. Her shading does not look right. Or maybe it's just because of the area I'm in, but... So yeah, let's see. The enemies look pretty lazy. Can't destroy them either, but... The warp pipes look way too low poly. If I recall, you do not want to touch the piranha plants. Despite how they don't even move. And then the Goombas, you gotta watch out for them as well. Let's see, what does this do? Huh. Gives you a crossbow. It gives you crossbow bolts. Well, doors take you to some kind of heaven. Uh-oh. Some texture didn't work right. Hey, I'm no longer at Mario World. Now I'm in Mario Bros. 3. Just jump off, I guess. Okay, Mario World. Like, yeah. I mean, it was cool for the time, but I feel like this level has aged quite a bit. Up next is Taco Bell. Okay, and we're playing as Mumbo Jumbo. Ah, dang. It's the Banjo-Kazooie version of him, where he had that ugly, fleshy-looking head on the back. Ugh. Hated that. I like this Banjo-Tooie design so much better. So, yeah, it uses way too many textures from default Half-Life 2 or Garry's mod. This looks like it was a modification of, flat grass, I'd say. It even has a parody of the Hollywood sign that says Taco Wood. Otherwise, this is a much bigger level than I was expecting. I mean, what's this over here? Not sure why we have this empty building over here, but... So let's see. It wouldn't be a proper level if you can't go inside the restaurant. And wow, yep, they got all the seats. And here, I was thinking they were going to be lazy, and no, this legit resembles the inside of a Taco Bell. They even have like one of those little wall paintings or portraits that show like the real life big photo of the actual location. Yeah, like I've seen plenty of restaurants that do that around my area, whether it's or at least they used to. Some of them remodeled and they no longer have those. But I know those definitely were a thing. I remember our old McDonald's and Subway had stuff like that. So, let's see. You got the menu. Big Chungus burger. Okay, so... And a sus burger. So clearly this is a more modern map. This was definitely not one of the original Garry's Mod maps. Let's see. What do we have back here? Employee of the month. I have no idea who that is. A freezer. And shit's given. Okay, so not only is this a decent Taco Bell level, but it's also got a good sense of humor. Love to see that. And so, yeah, this is a decent level. I like it. Nice. I always love these kind of levels. Like, there's also like a McDonald's one, and in one of the previous episodes I showed the Best Buy level. I love it when people take real-life stores and they try making a replica of it in a video game. And I like how this one had a sense of humor. So, it not only did a good job at accurately recreating it, but had a few funny Easter eggs just to spice in the mood up, or, you know, whether it's adding some funny stuff on the menu, or, yeah, I like that. A good mixture of realistic and exaggerated. So here we have Titanic. We're playing as Mithra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I like how they actually have the smoke coming out of the chimneys, though. That's really cool. So if I'm not mistaken, this is a really old Garry's Mod map. It's such a shame how a lot of stuff that used to work in Garry's Mod isn't really compatible anymore. I know it's like how ever since the game got a lot of updates, some of the older stuff just isn't compatible anymore. So usually if it still works, that means that someone went back and modified it or even re-uploaded it to work. However, you can tell this is a model where whoever made this didn't bother updating it, because otherwise, why else would we have that error model? But otherwise, something's wrong with my game too, because I don't know if it's... it might be because I have so many add-ons that sometimes, like, one add-on or multiple can cause an issue with certain models, but I know it's like how my crossbow and rocket launcher act up, like how the textures don't load like they're supposed to whenever I use them, so that sucks. But my younger self thought Rusty Bucket Bay was a big level. I'm queen of the world! Well, that went dark. Oh man, to think, this would make for a crazy multiplayer map. You would definitely want to play this one under a time limit, though. Otherwise, you would be here forever. Everyone would be getting lost. Now we're playing as Mithra in her swimsuit from one of the DLCs of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Darn, I was hoping they'd have some of the more exquisite rooms, like the ballroom and all that, but nope. Okay, and I guess this is the Titanic level, and so, yeah, while the back of the boat definitely has some really shitty textures, I think the rest of the level is okay. I just kind of wish there were more rooms to explore, but hey, it's definitely bigger than I was expecting. A decent recreation of the Titanic, that's for sure. Now can it break in half and sink? Let's find out. Nope. Huh, what's this? We got another version of the Titanic. I'm not sure what it does, but let's find out. Maybe it's just a nighttime variant of it. It doesn't say, but sometimes when you download one level, it comes bundled with variants. Doesn't hurt to check them out and see what the difference is. But here we're playing as Ned Flanders, and yep, it's oh man, not only is it a nighttime version of it, but it's sinking. You can see how the water is at a higher elevation, and ship itself is not tipping though, but uh-oh. There is an iceberg. We're sinking, we haven't even hit the iceberg yet. Well, the back of the ship is already... Yeah, the back of the ship is completely sunk. Let's see, yeah, I figured the iceberg was just a flat image in the distance, but... I can imagine that would have been really hard to pull off, though, but how cool would that have been if the longer you stayed on it, the worse it got, to where eventually it tilted, and... But, otherwise, yeah, a decent pair of levels. One for the daytime, one for the tragic sinking. But up next is Temple from Conker's Bad Fur Day multiplayer. So I'm guessing just like the other multiplayer map I played from Conker on this, I played the heist level, and that wasn't an actual porting of the level. It was more of a remake using the textures from the game. And it does use the music from it, but you could barely hear it. I remember liking the multiplayer mode in Conker's Bad Fur Day, but I don't memorize the maps very well, though. So the heist one's very simple. That's like a very simple isometric kind of level, where there's like 4 different starting points of a color scheme, and then they all lead up into like one big arena. And so, Temple, surprisingly, I think this one is actually using textures from Conker's Bad Fur Day. I mentioned how all the other levels, it looked like they... Well, the heist level, it looked like they just use textures from Half-Life 2. And here, it kind of does resemble it. I don't know, like... but otherwise, it definitely reminds me of it. I can't say it's spot-on accurate, but, like, the colors and textures, it definitely gives me Bad Fur Day vibes. So, Oh, and I forgot to mention, I was playing as Nico from The World Ends With You, but... Up next is a tennis court level. Yeah, for a tennis court, that sure took long to load. And for what? Just this? And we're playing as Nessa from Pokemon Sword and Shield. So this is clearly more of a level you'd want to use for if you just want to pose characters playing a tennis match or something, but... Otherwise, yeah, not a very impressive level. I don't see anyone wanting to go for this for death matches, but I don't know. It could be used for creating some game modes, like spawn some of the bouncy balls and then play a game where you got to shoot it back and forth or something. I don't know. Oh, up next, we got a good one. Tower of Terror from Disney World, the Hollywood Studios. So I remember when I did go to Disney World way back then, 2003. Back then it was called the MGM, Hollywood Studios, Disney MGM Studios, and I remember this was my favorite ride there. That and the attraction Phantasmic, those were the highlights of that park. Rock and Roller Coaster was also really cool. And so I remember, like, this was one of the first levels of Garry's Mod to make me go, wow, like, they did an amazing job. And so here we're playing as Nia from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Oh, wow, even her model has, like, little cat ear physics. You see it wobble, that's cool. Oh, let me see real quick. Oh, wow, that backdrop, is that really what the outside of Disney World looks like? I can't tell. Or should I say, is this like an actual mapping of Florida or something? But still cool attention to detail. I mean, there's so many levels where you fly up and you see nothing in the distance, so... Now, if I recall, this was a map made by Nipper. Nipper was, like... I know he also made a... If it is the same guy, he also made a Haunted Mansion level, but, all I can say is Nipper is one of the most legendary, like, map builders in Garry's Mod. He made, like, some amazing maps. Some of them were, like, mostly he dabbled in abstract levels. He made, like, these really mind-bending, bizarre-looking levels that really pushed the boundaries of what, Garry's Mod was capable of. And I can say, like, no one ever came close to making maps as good as he. Like, yeah, I've seen some really good maps, over my years, but never as good as the ones from Nipper. And so it's safe to assume that maybe he just grew up and had to get a job or something, so he had no more time to... Or maybe he just lost interest in making these maps, but it's been ages since he's made something. But, oh man, like, he really left, like, an impact. Like, I love his levels, and so, yeah, it is amazing. And as one who's actually rode... the Tower of Terror, like, so many years ago, I can tell you this is accurate. Like, everything from, like, the furniture, the music that plays, like, when you go in, and they even recreated the ride itself. I'm trying to remember how you activate the ride, though, but... The only thing missing here are the workers. There were supposed to be, like, these creepy bellhops that escort you to the ride. And for right now, I can't figure out how to turn the ride on. But I know it's functional, though. Uh-oh. So yeah, they even have the intro video. Where, the Twilight Tower of Terror. Or Twilight Zone. Obviously, it's not the actual video. It's recreated using some different assets, but still, cool how they have the audio and all that.
Tonight's story of the Twilight Zone is somewhat unique. It calls for a different kind of introduction. This, as you may recognize, is a maintenance service elevator, still in operation, waiting for you. We invite you, if you dare, to step aboard, because in tonight's episode, you are the star, and this elevator travels directly to the Twilight Zone.
So that was like what you'd call the queue waiting video, or they do that to keep people busy, not only to give them the story of the ride, but to keep them busy while they're getting other people off of the ride. You know, it's a way to keep people busy and entertained while they're waiting in line. And in case you've never been to a theme park before, but... So for those who don't know, the Tower of Terror is like a giant elevator ride that goes haywire. It takes you up really high, and then eventually it just drops. So it's a dark ride. And so, but it not only goes up and down, it goes like forward and left. And so, obviously not as good as the effect from the game, but, I mean, the real life. But yeah, in the actual ride, you saw the ghost of his family. They're waving to you, and then all of a sudden they disappear, and kind of try making you feel unnerved. Oh, wow. This is yes, and even the ride had this effect where you could see like all these little, what appeared to be stars floating in the air.
That door is opening once again, and this time, it's opening for you.
I know Disneyland rethemed this ride to have a Guardians of the Galaxy theme. Otherwise, Disney World still has the Tower of Terror theme. Yeah, it's amazing how well they recreated the ride for what's a video game.
Lies beyond the fifth dimension, beyond the deepest, darkest corner of the imagination, in the Tower of Terror.
Uh-oh, we're getting to the drop zone. It's taking us up to the top of the tower, and then it's gonna drop us. Yeah, it gives you like a little window, and then it drops you. Then it goes up again, and then it drops you. Huh, I'm guessing the ride, it just drops you. But if I recall, the ride is like randomized every time. So you never know like when it's going to drop and when it's going to go up. It's always randomized, so.
Friendly word of warning. Something you won't find in any guidebook. The next time you check into a deserted hotel on the dark side of Hollywood, make sure you know just what kind of vacancy you're filling, or you may find yourself a permanent resident of the Twilight Zone.
Ah, man. Like, that just makes me want to go back to Disney World. Brings back so many good memories. It takes you back outside, and yes, this level is still a masterpiece, just like the ride itself. Yes, that was so much fun. It just makes you want to go on the real thing. Oh boy, if this is anything like the game itself, this is probably going to suck. But here's a level called Disney Mirror. So, I think it's based on the infamous game, Mickey's or Disney's Magic Mirror, starring Mickey Mouse, which was a GameCube launch game, and oh, it was awful. Just awful. And it was false advertising. Early magazines were saying how the game was a 3D platformer starring Mickey Mouse for GameCube, and no, it was a really painfully dumb, it was a painfully bad, point-and-click adventure game, and oh god. And yes, Mickey looked that nightmarish in the game. Admittedly, his face looked a little more polished out. Otherwise, yes, like, his eyelids were that, like, wide open, where his eyes just, like, sank into... Oh, it was not well made. Let's see, can you go through any of the doors? No. Otherwise, we're playing as Nia in her Blade form, and either way, I can't really do anything, because this level is... Honestly, I'm not surprised. The game itself sucked, and so does the map based on it. Let's see, up next is a level called Varena? I'm not sure if... I don't know what this is. Never heard of it. And we're playing as Nico from Dead or Alive 6, and it looks like some kind of sport game, like some kind of sci-fi hockey rink. Let's see, I wonder if you shoot something through the goal, will the score meter go up? Let's find out. Yep. So, yeah, this sounds like a fun idea for a level. Like, I could definitely see this working where, players will, like, keep running from one end and keep trying to chuck things into the goal. And so it looks like just like any old bullets won't work. You gotta use, you gotta have something that has enough of an impact. So let's see, maybe ragdolls will work, or can you throw yourself in to get a goal? Let's find out. Nope. So here we got a Kirby car. Yep. So you can throw ragdolls around, and I'm not sure if they all have bounce physics or if it was just that did, but let's find out. Oh, here, let's throw myself around. But, okay, this level has like a real bouncy surface, so not for players, but for anything else. Whoa, what the? Ouch. Okay, just don't use the physics gun, because that changes. You can accidentally pick up the floor when doing that, but otherwise, yeah, this is definitely a bizarre level. Up next is Santa's house. And here we're playing as Nina Cortex from Crash Bandicoot. Little monster going in to shoot up Santa's workshop. Otherwise, I like this level. It's got a nice, cozy Christmas feel to it. Definitely gives off Santa's workshop vibes. Pictures don't feel very Christmassy, though. Like, what's Santa doing with a... It's like it almost works... It's like everything but the pictures feel suitable for this level. Oh, what's down here? A torture chamber? Oh, I'm guessing this is the reindeer stable. Let's see. I'm guessing this is all there is to the level. And then there is some exterior, but it's not fully modeled, unfortunately, so bummer. So this is only good for if you want to take screenshots inside Santa's workshop, but definitely not outside of it. Otherwise, neat level, but kind of flawed here and there. Otherwise, it's a pretty looking level. Oreo Stadium from Mario Kart 64. Remember back then I liked this level, but I can definitely say nowadays it's big, empty, and kind of boring. And you pray to God that when you drive over like one of those big gaps, that you hope someone doesn't shoot something at you or fire off a lightning bolt, because then it'll hit you and it'll force you to get set far back behind. I think that's the main reason Nintendo never remade this level for any Mario Kart game, and maybe it's for the best. Unless they can remake it and find a way to prevent players from getting sent back so far back, because yeah, that's like a game ruiner right there. That's why other levels have it where when you jump over a gap now, it has like a cliff bottom, so that way if you fall, you can respawn. And I like how some of these Mario Kart levels do that. They make like, while they, port the map over, they create like little spawn areas that feel like one of those buildings that people would go to like either for pit crews or for actual like race goers to actually sit in and watch the race and all that. So it just adds a little bit of more of believability to these levels. So let's see. Yeah, so we're playing as Omega from Sonic the Hedgehog. I think this is his Generations model. Whoa! Honestly, this makes for a better Garrys mod track than it does an actual Mario Kart race track. You never could get this much airtime. I mean, it basically is just, this feels more like an Excite Bike racetrack than an actual Mario Kart racetrack, but... Another problem I have with this level is it was just way too long. These levels took forever. I loved it back then, but I can definitely see how it's aged a bit, but it makes for a fun Garrys mod level, though, I'll give it that, but Mario Kart, not so much. It almost looks like Omega has a motorcycle tire coming out of him. It almost looks like he's the bike. Okay, that was actually really fun. Let's see. You can even walk across the crowd. The really low-quality crowd. Let's see. Let's get a bigger zoom out and see if there's anything more to see. I'm guessing not, but... Let's see. Wow, they've made a parking lot. How did I miss that? Oh, because you can't reach it, I'm guessing. But okay, yeah, they took a pretty aged stage from Mario Kart 64 and turned it into a really fun map for Garry's Mod. I was impressed, honestly. Winter Forest. So, yep, another snow level, but with a bunch of, like, pine trees covered in snow, yada yada. Let's see how it goes, though. Here we're playing as Oogie Boogie from The Nightmare Before Christmas. I feel less like I'd come across a Winterland and came across the doorway to Narnia or something, but... Okay, so... Yep, it's exactly what it says. It's, a forest in winter. I do think it has some really nice atmosphere, though. It's got a lot of nice, like, foliage for the trees. Although the tree bases themselves look very low poly. I think the leaves themselves look great. Especially, you gotta remember, though, as dated as Garry's Mod can look, you gotta remember, like, what year this game was made, and when you consider that, like, yeah, like, this, is a visually pleasing level. It's definitely aged, though, but, it's pleasant compared to a lot of other levels you could see in Garry's Mod, and... Oh, snowman. Aw, I was hoping it had physics. And I found a little Christmas tree. Okay, yeah, that's a decent level. I like it. Okay, up next is Woohoo Island from Wii Sports Resort. So hopefully this turns out better than the other. There's like an island level based on like Pilot Wings or Wii Sports Resort, and that one was kind of boring. So hopefully this will be a little better. Okay, we're playing as Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. I'm not sure, like, why... Okay, now this looks more like Wii Sports Resort, but... Oh, God, what happened to Palutina's head? Okay, so yeah, this is a pretty big, fun, and explorable level. There's a lot of madness you can do with this, especially in multiplayer, but up next is Physics Cliff House, so yeah, the next set of levels will be physics-based, which means you can destroy them. And so this is one where it's a house on a cliff, so you can not only destroy the house, but even the cliff itself. So let's test out all the fun ways you can destroy the place. This will also give me a chance to showcase some new weapons, because since the last time I played this game, I got more weapon packs, so... Okay, and we're playing as Patrick Starr from Spongebob. Well, this one won't really help us destroy it, but here I got the portal gun. So yeah, and it actually works. Unfortunately, I cannot figure out how you turn them off, though. The only way to really turn it off would be to, like, go to admin settings and shut it off, but... Let's see, we got a katana. I don't think this will do anything, but... Well, that actually worked. So some weapons will only work better if you have them in first person. Here we got a tomato. Doesn't do anything. Oh, the golden spatula. This one's amazing. It can work as a close combat weapon, but then you right-click and fling Krabby Patties like crazy. Whoa! What is in those things? Holy shit!
No! This is Patrick!
Whoa. This one is insane. Whoa. This one's just so overpowered. Uh-oh. That was close. Too overpowered. Then we got Halo 3 dual weapons. Gravity hammer. Oh. Oh, they don't explode. Bummer. Man, I love the Halo weapons, and they translate pretty well in the Garrys mod, surprisingly. Reflection laser gun. Shit. Angry chicken! That didn't work. There we go. That didn't work. Cat gun. That was one weak saw. Pikmin launcher. Spider-Man swap. This one won't help me destroy the house, but it'll let me do this. Spider Pat, Spider Pat. Then let's see, this isn't really a weapon, but look at this. You can spawn a bunch of Pikmin. You can even give them nectar to grow up, and then there's also what's called the Almer Swept, which allows you to control them. So let's see. You can even throw them. And if you have, like, NPCs, you can even hurt them. So, like, let's see. Let's spawn one real quick. Isn't that amazing? And then, unfortunately, you can kill them as well. And their ghosts will even appear. They even have the effects. Like, the white ones, they create the toxic, toxins or whatever. But, okay, and that was the physics house level, or the cliff physics house level, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. I spent more time on that than I should have. We got some more physics levels. Up next is called Physics Dev Town. So I guess this is a destructible town in this case, and so don't worry, I'm not going to go around and show every single weapon again, because that would be way too time consuming, but so yeah, I think it'd be safe to just equip like one powerful weapon and see how it does. So here we're playing as Princess Peach in her golf attire. So you press these switches to build the towns. Oh, I see. Yeah, I probably spawned way too many. Let's see. So there's a setting for like how many you can spawn. Unfortunately, I spawned way too much, and it's causing my game to slow down drastically. Okay, let's try it again. So let's just have it spawn 9 houses this time. Whatever it had before, that was too much. See, originally I had 18 houses, and that caused the game to... So yeah, my computer's not powerful enough to handle that many houses at once, but let's see. Pretty basic looking houses, unfortunately, but let's see how the destruction physics work. Well, it's definitely got some physics to it. Look at that. It's better than the other physics I've seen in the games. Wow. I wonder it caused the game to... Definitely got slightly more realistic destruction here, but... Whoa. Okay, I think that's enough to show for now, for this level at least, but, otherwise, yeah, I like the destruction. Okay, so here we have Physics Small House, so you guessed it, another destructible level, but with a small house this time. Here we're playing as Princess Peach as she appeared in Luigi's Mansion 3. Okay, one thing I liked about this destruction level is how, wow, even the props are destructible. That's awesome. So it's got many rooms. You don't have to worry about the floor collapsing on itself. Oh, apparently the floor, some of the floors can collapse. At least you don't have to worry about the ground collapsing. Whoa, what the hell? Okay, now we're playing as Anna from Frozen. Yeah, this is a neat... I like how this is just more than just an empty house. I like how it's got, like, furniture and other destructible appliances in there. That's really cool. I like that. Okay, and we're down to our last destructible level, Physics Temple. So now we get to destroy a big temple. So compared to other levels where almost all the destructible levels in this are made of, like, wooden... you know, just wooden planks that you get to destroy. So here's one where, obviously, whatever material the temple is made of, whether, I don't know what it is, concrete or some kind of cement, stone, I don't know, but... Either way, this one's also really cool. And you betcha, it can also cause the game to lag a bit, depending on what weapon you're using, but...
Show me your moves.
Here we're playing as Princess Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. Oh! Well, she's permanently asleep. Now we're playing as Pumbaa. God, I love this. Holy shit! Oh, whoa! Oh! That was embarrassing. Huh.
Show me a
Whoa. Oh, man, this level's just as cool as I remember. I'm destroying a building with hamburgers. Being thrown by a warthog. They just don't make enough physics levels, but I remember loving these back then. But darn it, even on my better computer, it still lags like crazy. It could be to the fact that this is an older game, though. Like, maybe if this was made on a newer engine, it would be working a lot better, but because it's working on an engine that isn't meant to hold so much at once, that's probably why. Otherwise, yeah, this is still a really fun level. I still love it. Okay, up next is a level called Cinema Theater. So here we're playing as Pyra in her swimsuit DLC. Okay, I like this. You got, like, the concession stand. That is a great Family Guy reference. Harrison Ford is asking, "Where's my family? I want my family back." That's a good reference. I like that. Rocky. My Neighbor Totoro. Let's see. Concession stand. Blues Chews. Pixel Bites. Oh man, I love it when modders add in like these funny messages. Senior Mints. Oh god. But yeah, some of those were pretty funny. Let's see, a popcorn machine. Okay. Well, off to the theaters. Oh man, I wish I had movie theaters like this in my area. Not even any cities. Like we don't have like any IMAX theaters nearby, so we got like really bland theaters. And can't go inside any of them, unfortunately. But come on, there's got to be one of the theaters you can go into. There are theater rooms. I have no idea how you get into any of them though, because I tried walking into some of them and it didn't let me. But it's like the only way to get through is no clip mode, it seems like. But let's see, what else is there to explore in this level? Otherwise, it's nice to know that there are indeed theaters. No projection rooms as far as I know, but... Let's see, what's this? Is this supposed to be some kind of VIP screening room or private screening room? I want my family back. Let's see, restrooms. You can open the stalls. Bark Souls. The Men Who Stare at Cardboard. Oh, and the mirror works. Cool. So I'm comparing to like that Mario 64 level where it had like no mirrors. Or the mirrors didn't work, I mean. But okay, let's see. Let's see, what's this down here? Some weird, musky looking cellar? Basement? Okay, otherwise, like, yeah, this is, I wish it was easier to navigate, though. Like, I hate how you can only navigate through certain rooms by using no clip mode, but, otherwise, yeah, it definitely gives me the vibes of, like, a neat movie theater. I wish I could go to this one in real life. Then, let's see, I'm not sure if I should show these, because these technically are... I'll do them anyways, but, so these are basically levels from Counter-Strike. There might be a few custom levels that show up every once in a while, though, but, otherwise, to give an idea of what it's like to play as these in Garry's mod, I think I'll do that. But, so this level is called Assault, and we're playing as Elsa from Frozen. So I will not be showing any levels from Half-Life 2, because, when you load up a level from Half-Life 2, it pretty much plays exactly like Half-Life 2, which means you won't have any of the... You might be able to load in your custom player models, but you won't be able to load up any of, like, the custom maps, and you're forced to go through the story, so, like, there'll be the unskippable cutscenes. So, unfortunately, no, I won't be loading up any levels from Half-Life 2, but Counter-Strike Source, since that's mostly just a multiplayer game, I think this shouldn't be a problem, but... So basically right now it just looks like Elsa going through a bland real world. Stuff you've seen like over and over in video games. It looks like we're in some kind of warehouse. I remember one of my favorite levels to play from Counter-Strike Source was the office level. And then these levels you can have some pretty cool like things that you can like shoot or knock over. Unfortunately, these boxes are not one of them. There's also a lot of doors you can go through, but yeah, honestly, I don't think the visuals for Counter-Strike Source are that bad. I still like compared to a lot of the like custom-made levels that are made in Garry's mod. I think these still visually stand out. They got like good lighting, and despite running on a much older engine, and I still like the visuals. Even if the level itself is kind of bland, I still think the visuals look nice. Let's see. Up next is Compound. So keep in mind, I've never played through like Counter-Strike Source. I mostly bought the game so it could help Garry's mod run better. Because back then you had to buy Counter-Strike Source and Half-Life 2. And I remember back then the best way to get the Gmod experience was to buy the game Orange Box, which is a collection of all those games, including what was originally the introduction of Team Fortress 2 before it became a free-to-play standalone game. But here we're playing as Rainbow Mika from Street Fighter. This level looks like a total downgrade in comparison to the last one. You know, it's like, while I do love the characters and all that, I'm not too thrilled about like games like Team Fortress 2, though, because I just think like the levels are really boring. They all look the same. They're just a bunch of rusty old buildings and, you know, like propane tanks here and there. And that's all I see in this level. It's just another one of those boring levels, and it's like, it's such an overused, generic look in video games. You see it in almost like every realistic-looking game nowadays, so yeah, as far as I know, this is all there is to this level. And wow, yeah, that first level was so much better. Up next is Dead House, so I think this is actually a custom level, and I'm guessing this might be a horror level. I think this was by Nipper, the same guy I praised for making the Tower of Terror level, so I don't know, this might... I remember, like, there were some levels back then that were legit scary, so I don't know if this will be one of them, but oh man, if so, I hope this isn't one where I regret wearing headphones, but I cannot stand jump scares. Ugh. This is definitely a scary level, just the ambience. It's like a loud, violent, howling wind. We're playing as a rabbit. It's probably going to be one of those levels that have, like, death traps, where you just walk through a room and it kills you. This rabbit model is not very good. Just look at the back of his head. I was definitely right on this being a horror level. Yeah, I tell you, I played through the entire game of Illbleed multiple times, and this level's given me more chills than that game ever did. Oh great, we got levitating books. That's never a good sign. Good sign that your house is haunted. Ugh, some of these sound effects are unnerving. This is definitely a Nipper level. This has like his trademark all over it. Ugh, it's easy to get lost in this level. It's so big. Graveyard. No death traps so far, just creepy ambience. Oh yeah, that's very unsettling. Looks like a ghostly baby with a red glowing eye. Oh man, that noise, that is just eerie. Especially if you have headphones on. It's like, how can something be so quiet yet so loud at the same time? What the hell is in there? Skulls? Yikes. That fog does not look very good. Classic horror setting. The driver gets lost and they pull out and see if anyone's inside. That's where the horror usually begins. Whoa! Holy shit! I thought I was gonna have to fight that. Oh, that actually did make me jump, because I'm not used to seeing NPCs in these levels, like ones that you didn't load in. Oh, that wasn't an NPC though. That was a legit scare effect. I'll admit it got me. Mainly because nothing popped out at all in this, so that was the first thing to actually pop out. It actually made noise. Yikes. Ugh. That's unnerving. It's like I heard something break. Oh my god. Like, that is so creepy how they just appear then disappear. I think I've already been in this room. This place is haunted indeed. Holy shit. This is what I meant about, like, Nipper being just such a great, like, map maker. You don't see any of these, like, really cool illusions or effects unless you're playing one of his levels. Oh god, that's terrifying. This is legit keeping me on edge. I know, like, there's nothing to expect here, though, because it's just, you know, it's just a fan game, but still. Well, not a fan game, but it's just like a modded level, so it's not like it's a whole game built around this, but this really feels like I'm playing a horror game all of a sudden. I'll have to check down there later, but... Oh god, well, I heard some kind of snarl. I swear, when you're wearing headphones, it sounds like this stuff is, like, right behind you. Whoa, what the... Uh-oh. Some siren? I'm not going in there. I know if I do, I'll get killed. Never trust a siren. What the hell? Alex? I thought that was going to be some kind of trap where you stared at her long enough and something jumped out and killed you, but... Yep, this is definitely a Nipper level. What'd I tell you? This guy just makes, like, some real amazing levels. Oh, wow. I don't recall making it here yet, but, that was weird. Okay, otherwise, I've been by this room, though. I just didn't go in it. That's a problem with when you have so many levels with so many doors. Uh-oh. I don't know what was in there. All I could see was a buzzsaw and a crouch. Oh! Oh no, is this some kind of morgue? This room makes it look like it's raining inside. Just when I think I'm done with this level, I clip through a room that I definitely wasn't at before. Ooh, this is tight. I don't mean tight as in cool. Oh, God, that actually scared me. I think that's what makes this level even scarier. How, like, these things that pop out, like, they just, like, vanish. Like, right when you go, like, huh? It's like they're gone. That really does give us a creepy feel. That's, like, legit horror. Like, when you sense that something's there and then it's not. It's like, yeah, that... No, those are the... Whoa! You know, I prefer jump scares like that. Like, I mentioned how, like, when I saw Doctor Strange 2, I hated the jump scares in it, and that's because, you know, those are, like, the really cheap jump scares, the ones that have, like, the loud, like, screeching instruments, and, oh, I cannot stand that. You know, like, I can handle minor jump scares, I just can't stand, like, the ones that where they just jolt at you with, like, the loudest volume. That stuff can rot in hell for all I care. That's like the cheapest way of scaring someone. So, these are scares that I can handle. It's like it makes me feel unnerved, but it doesn't make me feel like I'm about to have a heart attack. It gives me a rush. This is the kind of horror I can handle. That's weird. That was a really weird effect, how it splashed, and there doesn't seem to be any water there. 1 minute there... Yeah, that's a real creepy effect. 1 minute there's water, then there isn't, and... Okay, and that was the Dead House level, and yeah, it's a fun horror level. I liked it. So up next is Havana from Counter-Strike. And here we're playing as my favorite Disney princess, Rapunzel. Huh, for a barefooted girl, she's making a lot of loud footsteps. Makes it sound like she's wearing shoes. This is a real murky looking level. Otherwise, it was interesting. It was very gloomy and kind of feels abandoned, despite how you can still hear like sounds going here and there. But otherwise, it's an okay level. Okay, and I think that's all I have to show for now. So thank you for watching. See you next time, and have a great day.